The following channeled message is brought to you by the Divine Love Sanctuary Foundation. The Foundation's mission is to awaken humankind to the wonders of divine love and to be channels of love, peace, and healing for our planet. Now, another celestial message.
I am Seretta Kem. And I wish to talk about the power of the mind to affect your reality and your condition. Since you have great concerns for one of your beautiful divine love brothers and that state of being that he is in, you wish to pray for him and to uplift him, and I encourage you to do so. But he, like so many, are caught in a trap of mindful construction. His state of mind, as with so many, in fact the vast majority upon this world, are in alignment with the reality that humanity has created for itself, thus creating great pain and confusion and error. For humanity has the power to construct its own reality, to create feelings and conditions, understanding, even a certain concept of truth that is a reflection of the condition of the mind, the power of the mind to create these conditions. And so with each of you upon this world of yours, you are trapped within the paradigm of the human condition and reality. What you see and feel and hear and know is very much a reflection of that paradigm. And thus we encourage you to go into your soul, where a completely different reality exists. And this is why it is difficult for you to submerge yourself into that reality. It contradicts what the mind has created. It is a challenge to what the mind wants and thinks it knows. And thus, your sense of truth is very much colored by the reality of your mental condition and conditioning. Pure truth is not known except by the soul awakened by love. All else is merely a reflection of a collaboration between mindful perceptions and soulful perceptions. At times you may dive deep and have revelations of the soul that allow you to see clearly the reality of God, the reality of God's creation. But most often, what you see is an amalgam of both realities. Thus, truth is distorted. Your understanding of truth is merely a reflection of mindful biases and soulful desires, often contradicting one another, creating discomfort within your reality. But each of you, including our dear brother who is distressed, has a clear desire to go to the soul and discover the reality of the soul. This great sojourn, this journey towards soul, for those who are dedicated to the truth of love, the divine love, is of the utmost importance and focus. All else is merely a dim reflection of the reality of God. I do not mean to denigrate your perceptions and your ideas of things, but merely to help you to understand that the truth will come in gradations of understanding as you build within you, through prayer and desire to receive the great love of God, the reality of the soul and the reality of God. As you grow in the divine love, so the faculties of your soul are awakened, and thus the capacity and ability to understand and to perceive, even to feel the reality of God, is strengthened and opened and clarified, until you come to truly know your soul and acknowledge your soul in ways that bring its reality forward at will. Then you will be subject to the human condition, the condition of your mind, which is a product of the human condition. You will not know clear truth. You will not feel that freedom, that joy, that expansiveness that comes with the soul awakened. Yes, these things will come to some degree, but will always be shrouded by the reality of the mind. This road towards the soul is not an easy one. It requires great integrity and a great desire to look clearly at your own patterns of behavior and thought, and your own desires for that which is comfortable and amenable to your mind. Truth stands free and on its own in the reality of God. It does not stand in such a way as to make an individual comfortable or an individual have a sense of empowerment of the mind. This is the truth that many speak of, but it is merely the reflection of many paradigms collected by that individual through their life experience. Many archetypes and ideas that have been collected by humanity over eons of time continue to live within your minds, for you have inherited these things. But they are merely dim reflections of the truth. And thus you cannot trust the mind solely as your source of truth. You must be humble, gracious, steadfast, prayerful, and clear on your desires. To put aside the old archetypes of truth and embrace that which is truth, that stands alone and in the light and is powerful and brings wondrous insights into the meaning and purpose of life, and brings great depth of understanding into your own being and your own relationship with the great Creator of all. For now, you have primarily your mind to help you along the road. And when you are of such a state of mind that you think of the highest and you desire harmony and peace and goodwill and love to live within your consciousness and to live as an expression of your being, then you come closer to the truth of the soul. And the mind will not obstruct as much as those who are so deeply embedded within the material consciousness, the human condition. It is for you to be aware, conscious, and considerate of your state of mind, the biases and conditions, the fears, the prejudices, things within you that exist that are not of love, that are not of the soul. Each of you knows your soul well enough to be able to distinguish between these two conditions. And when you find yourself in a state that is what you call negative, then you know that it is your mind that is active and controlling your condition, your state of being. And it is your responsibility to corral that condition and to change it with attitude and thought. For thought is a powerful thing, and God gave you a mind and the ability to think and project thoughts for a reason. Unfortunately, the balance between the mind and the soul has long been rejected by humanity, and you have come to reclaim your birthright, the birthright of the soul, in predominance with the mind. This is the state of being that we desire to encourage and to nurture within you, and we will do all that we can to do so. Yet the mind is a stubborn thing. It resists, it avoids, it wants what it wants. And thus, many of you often allow this domination and allow the mind to have what it wants. Thus, you hold yourself in this stasis, this condition that often is neutral in light and darkness. It is in a place of grayness, so that you are stuck. You are suspended in this state, And this is the normal state of human condition. But it is for you, my beloved friends, to move beyond that state and to be aware when you are there within that state, so that you might encourage and discipline and insist upon being within that state of harmony with the soul and the perceptions, feelings, desires of the soul set forth as the predominant condition. It is a matter of attitude and desire. It is a matter of choosing and implementing that state, that condition of soulfulness, if you are to reach that plane of reality, that condition within you that is predominated by soul. You will not lose your mind, for your mind is necessary in this material world. But the mind will find its place in harmony with the soul, as your soul finds its place in harmony with God. And all these things within you, all the aspects that God has created that makes up your being, will be in harmony and light, will be at peace and know joy, will be filled with wisdom and perception and capacity to be a clear and beautiful channel of God's love in the world. See yourself within the process of transforming from this human condition of mind to the God, that part of you that has been blessed by God, that of the soul, in harmony, in light, filled with God's love. Having reached that state, and indeed subject to your desire and will and effort to be in that state. It does take a great deal of effort, beloved souls. It takes much time, application of the truths, in order to be at that place of harmony with God, harmony with your own true self. My beloved and beautiful friends, there is so much yet to be accomplished within you, and there is so much work waiting for you once you have come to that place. For then you must teach others how to be in that place of grace, of love, of harmony, of peace. It shall come to each one of you. But our desire is that it comes while you live upon this earthly plane and are in harmony with God and God's plan for you, for the salvation of humanity, that you might be that example, living, breathing example of the truth of the soul and the predominance of the soul living through you and expressing itself in your life. May you be blessed, my beautiful friends. I am Seretta Kem. I've come with an important message, one that needs to be considered and studied and applied in your life. My love is with you. Beautiful, beautiful children of God who seek for the highest and seek for the truth. May you find what you seek. May it come to you in torrents of awareness, understanding, and joy. God bless you, beloved friends. God bless you.
This has been a Divine Love Sanctuary Foundation channeled message presentation. For more Divine Love messages, visit divinelovesanctuary.com.